There's a creature out there that seems to defy the laws of physics. It's this tiny, shimmering marvel of natural engineering, the hummingbird. And today, we're going to dive into some of its most incredible secrets.
So let's just start with something that blows my mind. This little bird is the only bird on the entire planet that can truly fly backward. And I don't mean just a little flutter. I'm talking about sustained, controlled reverse flight. You have to ask, right? How is that even possible? It's not just some kind of party trick. It's a feat of biological engineering that basically rewrites the rulebook for what it means to be a bird. So yeah, how do they do it? To really get how they fly, we first need to appreciate the whole package. This is a creature that's often smaller than your thumb, yet it's an absolute powerhouse of beauty and design.
The first thing you notice, of course, is that breathtaking color. They shimmer and flash with this metallic brilliance that's earned them the nickname flying jewels. But here's the crazy part. That color is basically an illusion. Their feathers aren't actually filled with all those vibrant pigments. Nope. Instead, they have these microscopic, prism-like structures that literally bend and split light. It's this incredible living optical illusion. The colors shift and change depending on the angle, creating that dazzling effect. And all of this beauty and complexity is packed into a frame that is just impossibly small. The smallest of them all, the bee hummingbird, weighs less than a penny. Just think about that for a second. This powerful, intricate creature is literally lighter than the spare change in your pocket. Okay, so let's get back to that central question. How do they pull off this impossible flight? Well, the answer isn't just in the wings. It goes much deeper, right into their unique anatomy. The real secret starts in the shoulder. A hummingbird has this amazing ball and socket joint, totally different from other birds. This lets its wings rotate nearly 180 degrees. It's what gives them that incredible helicopter-like control. So, because of that special joint, their wings trace this figure-8 pattern. Now, they generate lift on the downstroke, just like other birds. But here's the game changer. Thanks to that rotating shoulder, they flip their wings over and generate lift on the upstroke too. This creates constant thrust, letting them hover perfectly still, and then, with just a little tilt, fly straight backwards. Of course, a flight style like that demands incredible power, and that power comes from enormous pectoral muscles. Get this, their flight muscles make up a staggering 30% of their total body weight. That's almost double what you see in most other birds. It's a pure powerhouse. Powering muscles that big requires a mind-boggling amount of energy. To keep flying, hummingbirds have to live life on the absolute edge, with an internal engine that is always running at full throttle. And that's not an exaggeration. Think about every warm-blooded animal on Earth, from the tiniest mouse to the biggest blue whale. The hummingbird's metabolism is faster than all of them. Their entire life is this constant high-speed balancing act. Let me try to put that into perspective for you. When it's flying, its tiny heart can beat over 1,200 times a minute. That's 20 beats every single second. It's an engine that's basically redlining, constantly. So to fuel that metabolic furnace, they are always eating. Every single day, a hummingbird has to eat about double its own body weight in nectar and bugs. For a person, that would be like eating over 300 pounds of food in one day. Just incredible. Their diet is basically a high-performance fuel mix. They get that high-octane sugar from visiting hundreds and hundreds of flowers for nectar. But sugar isn't enough. They also have to hunt tiny insects to get the essential proteins and nutrients they need to keep their bodies going. But this creates a huge problem, right? With an engine running that hot, a hummingbird is never more than a few hours away from starvation. So what happens when they can't eat? What happens every single night when the sun goes down? Well, they have a secret survival weapon. It's a state called torpor. And this isn't just sleep, it's more like a nightly mini hibernation. They essentially power down their entire body to conserve every last precious drop of energy. And the scale of this change is it's unbelievable. Their heart rate can crash from over 1,200 beats per minute all the way down to as low as 50. Their metabolism slows to just a fraction of its normal rate, and their body temperature drops so much they become cold to the touch. It's like a nightly brush with death that allows them to live to see the sunrise. And if cheating death every single night wasn't enough for you, just consider their migration. Some species, like the ruby-throated hummingbird, will pack on nearly half their body weight in fat, like a tiny fuel tank for an impossible trip. And then they fly 500 miles nonstop, right across the open water of the Gulf of Mexico. It is one of the most astonishing feats of endurance in the entire animal kingdom.
You know, this mix of fierce survival and delicate beauty, it's really powerful. So it's no wonder that for centuries, we humans have looked at them and seen something more than just a bird. Since they're found only in the Americas, hummingbirds are woven deep into the cultural fabric of the continent.
For the Aztecs, the hummingbird was a symbol of their fierce god of war. But in other indigenous legends, they stand for joy, love, and resilience. Some even see them as sacred messengers, able to travel between our world and the spirit world. I think it all comes together in this one thought. It's a perfect fusion of aesthetics and pure athleticism. It's a creature defined by incredible speed, stunning beauty, and a relentless, desperate need for energy. A true living paradox. They're survivors. They're innovators. They're living jewels that remind us that the most incredible power can come in the very smallest of packages. They push the limits of what's possible every single day. So when you think about this incredible fight for survival, its beauty born from physics, and its journey through time, what does this tiny, powerful creature symbolize to you?